Look at this sizzling, juicy piece of pork. It smells like meat, it tastes like meat, and biologically, it is real meat. But no animal was harmed to make it. In fact, this meat was grown in a lab and printed by a machine. For centuries, getting meat meant raising and slaughtering livestock. But as our planet pushes past its limits, scientists have unlocked a sci-fi reality: 3D printed cell-cultured meat. But how close are we really to eating this every day? To understand this, we have to separate science fiction from science fact. First, this isn't fake mystery meat. It starts with a harmless tissue sample from a live animal, like a pig or a cow. Scientists isolate the muscle and fat cells and place them inside a bioreactor. Think of it like a microbrewery, but instead of brewing beer, it feeds the cells nutrients, oxygen, and vitamins, causing them to multiply by the billions. Once we have enough cells, they are turned into bio-ink. Early lab meat was just a mushy paste, good for nuggets, but terrible for steaks. That's where 3D bioprinting comes in. The printer precisely layers the muscle cells, fat cells, and a plant-based structure to recreate the exact texture, marbling, and chew of a real cut of meat. So, how advanced is this right now? Can you buy it at your local supermarket? The short answer is, not quite yet, unless you live in specific culinary hubs. As of today, the industry is in its early commercial phase. Leading companies are piloting these products in high-end restaurants. Interestingly, most 3D meat right now is actually hybrid. It uses plant proteins for the bulk of the structure, injected with real cultivated animal fat. Why? Because the fat gives it that authentic aroma and taste while keeping the cost down. The major roadblocks right now aren't the taste, it's scalability. Building giant bioreactors is incredibly expensive, and government regulators worldwide are still creating the safety frameworks to approve it for mass retail. Despite the hurdles, the financial outlook is massive. The global 3D printed meat market is currently a niche multi-million-dollar industry, but experts project it will explode, reaching up to $25 billion over the next decade. Investors are pouring money into this because the environmental payoffs are undeniable. Cultured meat could slash greenhouse gas emissions and land use by up to 90% compared to traditional livestock farming. It also eliminates the risk of foodborne illnesses like salmonella and requires zero antibiotics. So, what does the future look like? By the 2030s, we might look back at raising millions of animals for meat the same way we look at using horses for transportation. Imagine walking into a grocery store and buying a pork chop programmed to have the healthy fats of a salmon or a steak perfectly tailored to your personal nutritional needs. 3D printed meat isn't just a gimmick. It is the next evolution of how humanity feeds itself. The only question left is, when it hits your local store, will you take the first bite?